Hello my loves, so today I want to discuss the topic of the woman as a peacemaker in the family, in her relationships, in her day-to-day life, in her career, all of that, because it's a topic very close to my heart and it's also something I've had to deal with recently as well as in my past, and it's something that I've had to grow out of and heal out of. So I think it's very important to touch on this topic and to share it with more people. So here goes it. I grew up in a family dynamic where every time I'd stand up for something I felt was important to me, or I disagreed with, or I tried to basically stand up for what I thought was just, it was always thrown back at me, and I was always made out to feel like I was the black sheep in the family, that I'm disrupting the peace, that can I not put myself in other people's shoes, that I'm the selfish one, that it's always about me, that I'm too emotional. And as you could imagine, being a child, feeling that I didn't feel safe expressing my own opinion because it will always fire back at me, and it will always cause an even bigger argument or an even bigger explosion, shall we say. So I would usually run off crying, and until the next time, until the cycle repeats again. And I'm not saying this from a perspective of a victim. This is me as a grown-up now, realizing and having deciphered all these different patterns that were happening throughout my childhood and how they played out in my relationships later on, how they played out in my life as a whole. And this is what I'm here to share with you, because we don't have to be, once we realize something or a pattern or a behavior that could have affected us, then it's our responsibility to change it and to transmute it into something better, and to change our behavior going forward so that we don't pass on the same traumas to our children and to our relationships and people we relate with. So getting to the point is that, having experienced that dynamic, I grew up believing that relationships, I need to be quiet, I need to accommodate, I need to compromise, I need to sacrifice myself in order to keep the peace, and that longevity in relationships was based on that. So you may have already seen where this is going. I was getting into relationships with people that weren't good for me, that weren't treating me well, not at least what I'd classify as well now. But I was determined to make it work. I was prepared to put myself to the side, to put my feelings to the side, to put my anxiety telling me this person is not for you, their actions are not for you. I was trying to put all that to the side, box it, and keep quiet, to keep the peace and to make this work, to make that relationship work. It wasn't until I realized that actually that is making me unhappy, inauthentic towards myself, that is when things started to change. So if you're familiar with the law of attraction, you will know that you attract what you put out to the universe. So there was absolutely no way I was going to attract authentic people who knew who they were until I was authentic with myself and until I could speak my truth. If you cannot speak your truth, people cannot see the real you. People see a mask because you are pretending, you're pretending you're someone else. You're pretending you're someone else for that person, you're pretending you believe in certain things, you're pretending you agree with certain things, but your truth is not what that is. That is not what your authentic self is saying. So until you stop meandering and making yourself someone you're not for someone else, you're going to keep attracting people who wear a mask as well. So then comes the other part of this. It's not only about whether you show up for yourself or you speak up, because that's one part of it, being a peacemaker, but the other premise is about how you actually show up and what's expected of you when you show up, in what tone of voice, in what manner. And here we're not talking about someone who projects, who deflects, who purposefully or even subconsciously tries to hurt someone else has ulterior motives. We're talking about someone who actually stands in their power and expresses what they truly believe in or what they disagree with, what they will not stand for. And that is seen all over nature, and we do not question. So speaking about nature, we never question a mother bear when she roars back or tries to attack those that try to attack her little cub. We never question when the sea is rough and choppy. We never question when it's windy and raining outside. It's all part of the balance. The point is, a fully embodied woman, a fully self-aware woman, can stand up for herself in a way that is healthy for everybody without trying to hurt or without trying to blame anybody else, but truly stand in her power, even if that means that will disrupt the peace. A woman standing in her power will question and will speak up when she believes something is unjust, when she believes her values and her morals are being questioned or are being attacked and disrespected. She will stand up for herself when people disrespect her, and she will also stand up for herself if the people opposite her cannot level up to that wavelength and to that level. She will get up from that table and walk away because she knows her worth, and that is not questionable, and it's not based on the person opposite her approving of her, and it's not based on the group sitting around her approving of her, and it's not based on any other external circumstance, because she has found out who she is.